Preservation at the American Antiquarian Society begins with the act of collecting, and that includes saving things that were meant to be thrown away.
One of my favorite images here at the American Antiquarian Society is a philosophic clock, which was published by James Aiken in 1804. In the print, you have Thomas Jefferson being represented as the philosophic cock, and behind him is Sally Hemings, who was his slave and his mistress. There had been rumors before, but in 1802, newspapers catch on to the possible relationship between the two, and Aiken's is the only one that actually takes the relationship and represents it visually in a caricature. It's very important to have these images because you get an insight into what was being spoken about in the taverns and the barber shops. So many of the caricatures published between 1790 and 1830, and later and before, were discarded. They weren't meant to be kept, they weren't meant to be framed, they weren't meant to be put up in a dining room or a parlor. They were meant to just be passed around and put into someone's pocket and then shown to a friend. The American Antiquarian Society very early on recognized the importance of such visual documents, these ephemeral images that weren't meant to be kept.
The items that are collected are treated in a conservation lab on site in Antiquarian Hall. A professional staff cleans, repairs, and stabilizes all the various items, books, newspapers, pamphlets, manuscripts, and graphic arts materials found in the collection.
The materials are, in and of themselves, beautiful. Books are lovely aesthetic items, or the broadsides and the paintings and the prints that are here. They also have the value of historical accuracy, validity. The digital images which we produce are, in fact, copies. We need to have those originals so that we can return to them for purposes of authenticity. We also are not altogether certain about the lifespan of digital images. We're very new at this. Imagine the horror if we discover that 20 or 25 years from now, that the digital images we made of newspapers and books and artifacts have disintegrated. And in our foolishness, once we digitized them, we threw away the originals. Imagine the loss that we would have. So these originals must be preserved. They simply must be preserved at places like this society.